This field goal, a couple 3 and outs, and that I thought was really important. Played good in the third quarter, and the crowd was awesome all night, and really appreciate Buckeye Nation, their support. Any questions?
Over here to the right, Jared.
Ryan, what would you say was the biggest change from the first quarter to the second?
Well, we got off schedule a little bit. We knew it was going to be hard to run against these guys. It always is. But on third down, we didn't do a great job, for a couple different reasons. And then we hit a third down in the second quarter, big third down conversion. I think it was the KJ, and then we got to rip, and then we kind of go. And I think maybe we warmed down a little bit more in the second quarter. I didn't want to play too fast and keep our defense on the field at points during the game, but then there were other times we picked up the pace and we ended up getting 74 plays, and that's a good day for us. And I think when we can play with depth and we play 74 plays, you can maybe wear some teams down. And I think we did that at times. But they're stout in there, and it's hard to run, and so it was hard early on. We knew that was going to happen, though. But we did face adversity, and that was not a good quarter of football on offense. But again, when you're playing against a team like Michigan State, things like that are going to happen. You have to respond, and I thought we did.
Over to the left, far left, Bill.
Are you glad the way that you did really have a legitimate test tonight, that you're not going to the second half of the season without having been tested?
I feel like we just beat a top 25 team at home in a great atmosphere against a really well-coached team, a really good defense, a really good quarterback. We had to play 60 minutes of football to hold them to 285 and to have 529. That's a good day. And I think the best part about that is, we all kind of got off the field feeling like we can't wait to get on the film and figure out where we can improve.
Over here to the right, Clay.
Coach, J.K. Downs, 826 yards through the season right now. How impressive was the 67-yard touchdown from your vantage point, and have you seen a transformation in his speed from last to this?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, that was a home run hit right there that I think really changed the game. Up until that point, we started to get it going a little bit, but that kind of shifted it and turned it, I think, almost to a 300-yard quarter.
Yeah.
And anytime you can hit home runs like that in a run game, boy, it's a huge one. But again, to me, it's one thing to go, 20-yard gain, but to come up the back end and like, was it 60-something yards? 67 yards. That's a game changer. And to your point, there were times in the past where maybe he'd get a little tired when he gets to like that 40-yard range. He came out the back end of that thing, and that was really good to see.
It's NFL speed.
For sure.
Over to the left, Stephen.
Coach, you got a quarterback who just threw his first interception as a college football player. Is there much of a conversation when it comes over to the sideline about what happened?
The conversation was, I told him it was my fault. The look was not the one that we wanted in that look. And the thing I told him was, I'm not always going to be right. You got to make me right sometimes. And when the look isn't right, you got to throw that ball in the stands, and we got to live to see another down. But that's my fault. That's not his fault. That was not the look we wanted on that play, and so I'll take the blame for that one.
Over here to the right, Austin.
Ryan, how much more do you learn about Justin in games where it's not all perfect the way maybe was or seemed to be the first 5 weeks?
That's what I've been really looking forward to seeing how he was going to respond, because early on there was some mistakes made. That was not a good quarter of football, but that was good. It was hard, kind of guys digging at each other, grinding, and kind of yelling at each other, and said we got to figure this thing out, and then we did. And that was one of those boxes you check off.
Over to the left, Doug.
Ryan, before the season, you had kind of talked about this 6-game chunk before the first 5, and it almost felt like you maybe thought it would be almost a learning experience before you guys could sort of reset. You're 6-0, the way you're playing. How's it going?
Well, I think that the chemistry of the team is very good. I think the leadership is strong. I think that we're playing tough. I think that we can learn a ton from this game, though. And I think that this is a perfect opportunity to sit back and look at these 6 games, evaluate where we've gone, where we are, and where we're headed. But this was the perfect game to kind of do that. And again, you're going against a really good defense with really good players, really good quarterback, and so they exposed some things that maybe we got away with in the last couple of games. And so the best thing to do is now get on the film and work on it and get better.
Over here to the right, Tim.
Yeah, Ryan, a couple of quickies. Number one, what is it that specifically they were getting done up front defensively that gave y'all problems? And number two, how satisfying is it at this point to have almost an answer for anything a team brings at you from a big play standpoint, if you follow my drift?
Well, they do a lot of things. They always have, when I say always, I mean, the majority of the time, they have an extra guy in the box. Whether you play an 11 personnel, 12 person, they always have another guy in the box. That's why they've been so good at run defense over the years. It's very hard to run the ball against them. And you got to wear them down. You have to wear them down. And you got to cover them up. Running backs have to turn 4-yard runs into 6. And then eventually over time, if you can start to run on them, you can maybe start to crack some. And that's kind of what happened. But the key to that is some of those play action passes. Those kind of got us going a little bit. The big one to Ben was huge. And I think that's some of those ones that we hit on the outside, as we were going with tempo, I thought really helped us get into a rhythm. Again, I thought we responded well, made some adjustments, and went from there.
Far left, Ari.
Hey Ryan, Damon Arnett didn't play in the second half. Do you have an update on what happened with him?
No, the staff, kind of got him out of there, and so he's going to be fine, but they're going to evaluate him tonight.
Also, with the way that Justin came out, it kind of seems like it was a little bit easy for him at times this year with his talent level. Coming out for the first 2 drives and, maybe sensing that first bit of, oh no, of his young career, how did he handle that? Have you guys been preparing for that moment, and what was your, thought process for the way that he handled that?
Yeah, I mean, those drives weren't good. We didn't do a good job on third down, and it wasn't just Justin though. It was everybody up front, and some guys on the perimeter not doing a great job, and we were kind of just moping around a little bit early on. And but as the leader of the offense, you're in charge, so you're ultimately responsible for it, and we got to get it right. And the same thing with me, or the coaches. We're going to take ownership of this too and figure the problems out. But that's what playing against a team like Michigan State in the Big Ten, a conference game like this, is. It's just hard. It's a grind. It's gritty, and it was great to see the guys respond, especially in the second quarter.
Folks, we're gonna only have time for a couple more, because I've got players out here and I don't want to lose them. Front row right here, Nathan.
What went into the decisions at right tackle tonight, and also what did you like about the way the offensive line, how they played this game at home?
Yeah, I want to see when we get on the film what it really looked like. But to me, it looked like they were fighting in there. Those guys are good. I mean, up front, they're as good as we'll play. And it was a fight. And it's not going to be always clean. You're just going to knock guys down, 15 yards in the backfield and finish guys down the field against defenses like this. So I thought it was tough. I thought it was real hard. And I thought the other part is that was the first time we had to get the game in the second half. And you could see guys working through that. And I know both sides of the ball felt the fatigue, but I thought we fought through it and showed some toughness. And then the right tackle, we're rolling those guys. I think they both deserve to play, and they are.
Back row right.
Ryan, I know when we talked this summer, you felt that defense would play good football. What do you like best about what you've seen from these guys 6 games into the season?
There's a lot that goes into it. I thought going into the game, our tackling and running the ball in pursuit was really good. I don't know if that was the case tonight. I think there was some tackling issues at points, but we'll watch the film and kind of work through that. Again, 65 plays, 285 yards. That's a pretty good night. And, proud of the way those guys played, proud of the emotion that they play with. I think we're getting after the quarterback. We're playing, really good coverage. You can see guys, especially on third down, really locked in on the coverages. So I think they've been playing tough and playing with emotion. I thought that to get the stop and then the missed field goal, to start off the third quarter was really important to dig in right there, especially after they got a couple first downs.
That was Chris with that question. We're going to go Bill, Rob, and then Tony, and then we're going to end. Go ahead, Bill.
Ryan, we've seen in the past here, and in other places too, I've just said quarterbacks that if the offense is slow going or things aren't going great, if you start running the quarterback a little bit, things might loosen up some. How much are you still having a conversation in your head about how much you want to expose Justin in designed quarterback runs?
Every second of my night, that's constant. And we called some when we needed him, and when he needed to, he did a good job with his feet. He had 84 yards rushing. Those were big yards, and the impact it can have is huge. As you can see, that kind of kept us going when it was tough sledding there. And he's a competitive guy. He made a lot of plays, and hats off to him and his toughness. Blowing his shoulder in there, and the goal line run. That was a hard run. There wasn't much there, and give him a lot of credit.
Front row left, Rob.
Yeah, every game's a chess match. Nebraska ran the wishbone. You get a wrinkle every time. Did Michigan State do anything different that you guys had to adjust to? Seems like every team does that.
No, they're running the same defense they have. I mean, they were blitzing, more than maybe they had coming into the game, but it wasn't anything that we hadn't seen before.
And 6 games in, how are you adjusting? You talk about the players, how do you feel about the play calling, where you have kind of evolved here?
Hard to say. It's not just me. It's the whole staff and the whole offense. I think we're all in this journey together, trying to figure this out. And I think our in-game adjustments and communication has really been pretty solid this year. And Stud and Kevin talking about the run game, and then Mike, and I kind of in Harline talking about the pass game, what we like in between series, and they're doing a great job because I'll click over and get over the defense a little bit to make sure I'm in tune with what's going on there and special teams, and then I'll click over and get some real good feedback on what they like coming in to the next series, and that's really important. It helps me as I'm going back and forth.
You just feel a lot more comfortable than you did game 1?
Yeah.
And final questions, back row left, Tony.
Ryan, you've been preaching toughness since you took over. This is a tough game. I'm just wondering your assessment of that area immediately after the game.
I thought, to beat a team like this, you have to play tough, and we talked about going into the game, and I thought we did. And to finish off these 6 games tough, we gave the game ball to Coach Mick because he's the guy that this whole thing is built upon. He's the backbone, and he's the blood that runs through this whole program. And to say we're tough, it's because of him and his strength staff and all the work that they put in with these guys. And then our coaching staff obviously getting on the field and doing the same thing in the meeting room, and it's everybody involved, and we're all into this thing, and I think they're taking a lot of pride in being tough.
Coach, thank you very much. Folks in the